Welcome senior parents and seniors, class of 2021. This is Mrs. Potter, the head counselor, and we are going to get started on your senior parent meeting. We ask that you just let us know if you do have any questions. We're all kind of going through this together. We don't have all of your answers to your questions right now, but we're going to try the hardest to let you know what we do know and to just stay in constant communication with you. So today we're going to go over college planning and financial aid, senior events, and questions, and graduation. Let me just reintroduce your senior counseling team. I know that we showed this on the previous slide, but Ms. King will be your counselor if your last name is A through F. Her Google Voice number and email address are on the screen. Mrs. Pulliam is last names G through Man. Again, her contact information is up. Mrs. Aaron has last names MAO through R, and Mr. Lee has last names S through Z. I'm actually going to now hand it over to your counselors. So I'm going to have Mrs. Pulliam start. She's going to be talking about college.
Hi, good evening, seniors. Thank you for attending the senior meeting. We know that applying to colleges can be an exciting expo, and it's a busy time of the year. And with us not being on campus, it can create even more worry. I do want to let you know and reassure you that your counselors are here every step of the way to help you apply to colleges. All of you should have already received communication about applying to Fresno City College. I know that some of you have already applied. We do recommend that all seniors apply to Fresno City as a backup plan. We know that some of you are planning on going to universities, private schools, military, or other career field. However, as a backup plan, we highly encourage all seniors to at least apply to Fresno City. The application is currently open. There is a rolling admissions, meaning there is no deadline. However, the sooner you apply, you can get your advising date and you can get your classes on time. So apply now. The application is open. We will be having some virtual workshops September 21st and 22nd. If we can go back to the Fresno City slide. We will be having virtual workshops September 21st and 22nd. A link will be sent to your email. The workshops will be September 21st. If your last name is A through Man, that will be your date. And if your last name is MAO through Z, it will be September 22nd. If for some reason you cannot attend on your scheduled day, please attend the other day. We want you to be there. This is our opportunity to help you out with the college application. If you are interested in the honors program for either Fresno City or Clovis Community College, there is a separate application that you must fill out for the honors program. The honors program for Fresno City and Clovis Community provides an enhanced college experience, more rigor classes, and it also helps you be prepared to transfer to a four-year university. The deadline for the honors program at Fresno City College is February 1st, and the deadline for the honors program at Clovis Community College is January 31st. Now, the other two college systems that we will be assisting you with is the CSU system and the UC system. The CSU application opens October 1st and it closes November 30th. It closes actually December 4th. The application, we will be having application workshops starting at the end of this month. So please continue to check your Fresno Unified email daily, as that will have a lot of communication regarding dates and workshops. But we will be assisting you throughout this process for the CSU application. Start gathering your information now. A lot of the information that you have for Fresno City College, make sure you keep that because you will need this for your CSU and your UC applications. The UC application is open Now you can start working on it. However, you may not submit the application until November 1st. However, we do recommend if you are planning on applying to a UC to start working on that application now. There are some personal insight questions that you should get familiar with. And we do recommend that you start working on them insight questions and ask maybe some of your teachers to review those essays that you're writing. You can ask your counselor to review the essays that you're writing so that you can have a thorough application. We will be having a UC workshop as well at the end of the month, and then check your Fresno Unified email for the exact dates for your UC workshop, in addition to the CSU workshops and all the other workshops. Now, we know a lot of you, we get in a lot of questions about the SAT, and unfortunately, the SAT had to get shut down last semester, and as of right now, we do not have any testing sites that are testing at the moment. For that reason, the CSU system and the UC system are not requiring the SAT and/or ACT for the class of 2021. If there is a private school that you're applying to that is requiring it, please reach out to your counselor so we can work with you through that. If you have any other questions, reach out to your counselor. I will now pass this on to Mrs. King, who will discuss college entrance exams and financial aid. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Mrs. Pulliam, for that information. You actually started going right into it. I was going to start saying about the entrance exams. So I'm going to start off by talking about the SAT and the ACT. Both tests are typically used in the college application process to evaluate students' competitiveness to be admitted into university. However, as Ms. Pulliam mentioned, our two main university systems, which is the University of California, UCs, and California State Universities, the CSUs, are not requiring students to take either test as part of their admissions process. I repeat, students are not required to take the test if they plan to apply to a UC or a CSU school. If a student is applying to an out-of-state school or to private schools, we do encourage students to check their admissions requirements to see if they are still required to take the test for those specific sites. Students can register for the tests on the websites listed on this slide and can ask their counselor for a fee waiver code to avoid paying the registration fee. As Ms. Pulliam mentioned, unfortunately, due to school closures, Edison is not administering the SAT at our site, and students will need to be willing to travel to the nearest testing site in order to take the test. If you are not able to find a test site and a school that you are applying to requires the test, we strongly encourage you to reach out to an admissions officer at the university to inquire about other possible options to meeting their admissions requirements. As you will see, the deadlines are listed on this, this table, so please pay close attention to the dates listed for the upcoming tests and their registration deadlines. Our next topic is financial aid, but before I start going into this, one thing that I would like for you all to make note of is for any application that you are doing, whether it be financial aid or a college application, we strongly encourage you all to start the application through the California College's website. All of our Fresno Unified students should have an account. If you don't remember your account login information, feel free to reach out to your counselor and we can help you either reset your password or help you figure out what your password is. And the reason why we strongly encourage this is because all your information, such as the grades that you've received, the class that you've taken, is already on that web page, and it's really easy to be able to transfer information to, for example, the CSU application. There is a really quick and easy way to transfer all of your, basically what's on your transcript into that application itself. And then for the UC application, it really helps us to keep track of which students are applying to the UC school. That way we can help assist you during the application process. And then the same thing for financial aid. So just please make sure that when you do start it, or if you have started, once you log back in, you're able to launch the application through California colleges. So now to financial aid. We encourage all of our students to apply for financial aid, even if students and families do not think they will qualify. Students will be applying for either the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act. If the student is unsure which application they will be applying for, please reach out to your counselor. Generally, if a student does not have a social security number, they will be applying for the California DREAM Act, but this is not always the case. So please double check before beginning an application. Both applications open on October 1st with the deadline of March 2nd, but the sooner the application is submitted, the more aid they may be eligible for since some funds are limited. We have an upcoming FSA ID and financial aid overview workshop on September 23rd. Students will be receiving a link to their Fresno U email tomorrow. In this workshop, we will review what an FSA ID is for those applying for the FAFSA. We will cover the DREAM Act, types of financial aid, and other important information. Parents are strongly encouraged to attend as they also play a super important role in the application process. If you work on the application at home, please allow a counselor to review the application before it is submitted to ensure that there are no errors, which could delay a student's financial aid award. As you will see on this slide, we have various upcoming workshops. Students will typically receive a link to these workshops to their Fresno U email and on the Class of 2021 Teams page, which all of our seniors are a part of. They will receive it at least 1 week prior to the workshop. Feel free to also go to our financial aid tab under the college planning in our counseling website. You will find tons of resources to help you navigate the financial aid process in addition to our workshops. And counselors will also be available to provide individual support as needed. Now I'm going to pass it on to Ms. Erin, who will be talking about scholarships.
Thank you, Mrs. King. Good evening, everyone. My name is Liz Erin, and I'm going to chat with you about some scholarships. So it's very important that our seniors dedicate some time to looking for scholarships. College can be very expensive, but there's a lot of free money out there to help bring the cost down. You can visit the counseling website for a list of available scholarships. On that site, you'll see some quick links that will allow you to create profiles in various scholarship search engines. These sites will email you scholarships each week that you could potentially qualify for. Students will also want to take a look at each college's financial aid website and complete the respective scholarship applications. There's a long list of scholarships listed on the site, and you'll find that a majority of scholarships are due during the spring semester, but there are still some fall ones available, so don't miss those deadlines. I'll also be including the scholarship newsletter that you see on the screen on the senior teams page, as well as our social media accounts. So make sure you're reaching out to us if you need support with scholarships. Up next is going to be our senior checklist. So completing these steps will allow you to successfully graduate on time. You want to ensure that you are meeting all graduation requirements, as well as A through G requirements if you are planning to attend a four-year college. If applicable, take the SAT and ACT, but remember that California State University and the University of California systems are not requiring the SAT or ACT. You'll want to make sure that you complete all college applications on time. It is a hard deadline. And then you also want to make sure you apply for FAFSA or DREAM Act, apply for scholarships, and as we get closer to graduation, you'll want to make sure those senior bills are cleared. I will now turn it over to Mr. Lee, who will talk about our senior folders.
All right, good evening, seniors and parents. Thank you for spending your evening with us tonight. I'm going to talk about an event coming up next week already that is quite important for all our seniors. It will be happening in the morning, as you see on your screen there. It will be all week long, and what we'll be doing is we'll be handing out your senior folders to you. So please come to school between 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, all of next week, whenever you're available. It will be located in the north parking lot, and what we'll be doing is handing your senior folders to you, and what's inside of the senior folder will be your transcript. That will be important. You'll need a transcript to fill out, scholarships, college apps and all that. We'll also have scholarship information in there as well. We'll have financial aid and the DREAM Act information in there. And then we'll also have a one sheet with important dates and deadlines for all our seniors. College application deadline dates, financial aid deadline dates, all of that important information. And then we'll also have workshop dates on there as well. So then you know what days you should be prepared for your workshops, for college workshops and financial aid workshops. And also we will provide the social emotional quick reference guide or a reference page to our social emotional support team. So if you are in need of these services, you know who to contact and how to go about doing that. And you're also always free and welcome to contact your counselor first, and they can direct you in the right direction. And then also in that folder, you'll have your the counselor breakdown, just a reminder who your counselor is and how to make contact with them. Okay. So again, take a photo of this slide if you need to. Oh, right there. All right. So yeah, take that, and it'll be all of next week, 7 to 9 in the morning in the north parking lot. All right, our social media is very important. I encourage all seniors as well as parents to make sure that if you have any of these social media accounts, that you please join and add us to your group as well. We have our Instagram for activities. If you look on the left there, that's what Mrs. Rubio, and she'll talk in a little bit, but she oversees our activities. So if you want to know what's going on in terms of graduation, senior photos, all those things, she oversees that, and she posts all information under our activities Instagram. And then we also have a Twitter, and she will also be posting that. And then on the right there, you have counseling. We have our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, our YouTube channel, fairly new, and we've got some important and useful videos on there as well. So please make use of our YouTube channel as well. And then most importantly, definitely our website. If you want to get all the information that you need in regards to counseling, scholarships, financial aid, if you forget something, you just need to know and have that information, you can go to our Edison Counseling website at the bottom there, and that will have all information and updates on there. And as soon as we get new information, we usually post there, as well as our social media account. Again, feel free to take a photo of this slide if you need access to it. All right, and then next will be Mrs. Rubio. She will be talking about senior events.
Hi, good evening, senior parents. So I know you have many questions regarding your seniors events and senior life. So I have some answers for you, but not all. It's a different year, right? So I will try to give you the information that I have right now. There are some tentative dates, but we will be communicating regularly with our seniors through email, social media, counseling and activities, and Ms. McPhail, who is the senior class sponsor, will also be sending out mass communication to their emails. So I just kind of want to go over the events that I do know for sure that we will have those activities. So one of the first events is our drive-through sunrise. We usually have a traditional sunrise where students come and hang out. Well, we can't do that this year, so we are planning to make it a drive-through. And the date right now is October 10th. It might change only because we didn't have early elections and we're just having elections now. So we don't have our senior class officers yet. Once they get together and plan that, if they have enough time to run it for the 10th, we will. If not, then it will move to the following week in October. But we want to get that done sooner, because it gets, starting to get like dark, early and stuff like that with the time change. So we just kind of want to do that sooner than later. Some of the things that I have for you is the cap and gown ordering. So it's a little different this year because Jostens is not going to be coming, not be coming to campus. So everything's going to be done online or through phone or through email kind of thing. Or you can also go to the office. So one of the days, the Jostens is having a senior order week, which will be dedicated just for Edison, and that will be October 26th through Saturday the 31st. And that day, they'll just be working with Edison parents. There'll be people assigned just to Edison parents, and you can go order through their website. And on the next slide, I will put the website so you can take a picture of it. They'll have a hotline just for Edison. You can order through fax, through mail, appointment, or you can actually go into their office, but you need to make an appointment. Then we are planning a senior meeting where I plan to meet with all the seniors virtually, just like we're doing right now, and going over some of these dates with them. Hopefully, maybe by then I have more information regarding this, of some of their events. There's always a deadline for cap and gown and announcements to be ordered. So this year it's Monday, December 14th. That's the time that students have to order their announcements if they want to get them for the spring. That's the only time that you can get announcements. After that, you'll be able to order like cap and gown and rings, but the announcements need to be ordered before December 14th, or because they get printed. So if you miss that deadline, you'll be able to buy like a random announcement, but not a personalized announcement from Edison. There will also be another order for the spring. So that will be another week, and it will be kind of the same thing. They'll have a hotline. There'll be a week for Edison. They'll have a hotline just for Edison. So that's February 15th through the 20th. Then they're going to do the announcement delivery Wednesday, April 1st. And that way, some of the announcements will be mailed. So once you go in order, when you place your order, you will let them know if you want the announcements delivered, mailed to your house, or that you want to pick up. So if you chose to pick up, then you would have to go on that day to pick up, and there'll be a drive-through process. You'll just drive by and they'll give you the announcements and you get to go. You will not even have to get off your car. So then also AP testing, I just wanted to add that on there because it's May 3rd through May 14th. And I know we have a lot of seniors that taking AP. So those are the dates that we have confirmed as of now. I don't really have a deadline for when to order cap and gown. I will announce that when it's coming close because Justin didn't give me a deadline. So you can start ordering already online. That's already up and running. So you can do that already. You don't have to wait until the Edison special week. The online orders can be happening right now. So we also have some tentative dates that we don't know. There are events that will happen. We just don't have an exact date as of now. So there is a cap and gown delivery that always happens if your student ordered a cap and gown. It usually is handed to them on the day of senior checkout. So we don't have a date. I have a tentative date, but it's not final. So that's why I put that it'll be during checkout. Those do not get mailed to home. Cap and gown get picked up and turned in with their students when they clear and they check out. Grad night, Ms. McPhail and myself, we're still working on that. We are trying to go through a different agency right now. So we are working on the dates. As soon as we have that, we will send information out through email, social media, and probably Mr. Munoz through his weekly communication as well. Senior checkout, like I said, will probably be on June 3rd, but it's tentative because we don't know. Things are changing. A graduation date might change. So that's why it might be on that day. And we will let you know, a month in advance or with time. So, seniors will be hearing about it weeks ahead. So they're getting ready to check out. Then graduation, it's scheduled to be on June 9th at 8 p.m. We are hoping that if we're back, we get to have a Save Mart Center graduation, watching our students walk through the stage and that big event. If it doesn't happen and it's not going to happen that way, then we will let you know with time and we will plan. We have a lot more time than last year to plan it. So hopefully if, we go back and we can have a graduation, then it'll be a regular graduation. If we stay distance learning, then we will definitely plan something and still make it special for our students. So we are trying our best to give our seniors some of those activities that they really, really want. I wish I had more answers for you. I don't. I wish I can do more activities, but it's some of these activities are hard to do virtually. So we're trying to do the ones that are still keeping our students safe, but at the same time gives them a little taste of that senior year. Just some important things. There's 5 ways to order. You can order online, and the website will be on the next slide. Hotlines, fax, mail, or appointment. Everything that you order will be delivered to your house. So please make sure that you mark it there. If you don't put that you need it delivered, then they will be expecting you to go pick it up at their office. So here's the information for Jostens. That's Bill Adams. That's the main person. So you can send him an email, or Shannon Ortega, his daughter. Those are the numbers. You can take a picture of that and save it. And then the one part right there is that their website, that is the Edison website. So if you go on there, it'll take you directly to the Edison website, and it's personalized for Edison. Like I said, the announcements have not been designed yet, so it's kind of hard right now. If you go and try to order announcements, there's not a design on there for us yet because we haven't chosen our design. That will happen before the end of the month. So if you're going to order announcements, I would suggest you wait until the beginning of October once it's designed and selected. If you have any questions, again, my name is Mrs. Rubio, and you can email me at my school email, and I will get back to you and try to answer your questions as best as possible. And so now I'm going to pass it over to Miss Potter and see if you have any further questions she can answer.
So that's it for tonight. We're really thankful that you guys stayed on and joined us. We hope we were able to answer some of your questions or at least give you an avenue to contact us and your students, teachers, or Ms. Rubio or admin. Thank you. Have a great night.